Me and my girlfriend have been arguing about this hypothetical scenario for a little bit. We just recently became friends with this other couple. They are in a different tax bracket than us. We are still in school. They're a little bit further along in life. They definitely make a good living. The hypothetical is, if they offered to take us on a paid vacation that they paid for.
Hold on a second. You and your girlfriend have been arguing. You've made rich friends, and you're arguing over whether you would accept a free paid vacation from them. Why the fuck is this even coming up?
I get it.
I get this. Yeah.
Really,
dude? Nothing's free.
I know, but like,
this is how you end up at the Diddy trial.
In what world does this? But does this even fucking happen?
Yeah.
Really?
And like suddenly you're in this like weird unbalanced relationship where you're like, you're the greatest and I'll do anything you want to try to make up for this, like without actually saying it, and the other person just is like starts being disrespectful to you and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like It's a weird dynamic.
I guess I just never like the only people I've even considered is like if we went out, like I even think like if we went to like Greece or whatever and I got a place, I literally wouldn't charge you to fucking stay there because it's like who cares?
Yeah, but now what you're doing in Greece, he's doing because
but we're I guess what I'm saying is I would only do it for my absolute best friends,
right?
Where there's no question about this being reciprocal at all,
right?
I would never do it for like if I was dating someone and we met a cool couple, I'd never be like, why don't I pay for your flight? Like, I don't like them that much.
There's a level of wealth of that, though.
I guess you're right. Yeah. I guess you're right. That's true.
You know what? Let's try to get somebody to take you on vacation.
Obviously.
Yeah, true.
Somebody bring Stav out on vacation.
Yeah.
He's down.
I guess let me not get ahead of myself. I'm just wondering what the fuck's going on. But go ahead, Eldest. Sorry.
Paid vacation that they paid for. I don't know if it's more rude to accept the offer or decline the offer, or if it's rude at all. Basically, the context that I left out is that they are definitely the type of couple, like the type of people to do this. They're very giving. They're very nice. Okay. They've also flirted with the idea of like us going on group vacations, and they know that we are not in the financial stage of our life to be able to do that. So I think that it's a very realistic conversation that we might have with them. But my girlfriend thinks that under no circumstance whatsoever would we accept that offer. She does not feel comfortable with other people paying for us when it's that large of an amount of money.
I kind of get where she's coming from.
I do agree with her. Like I don't like the idea of someone paying for like thousands of dollars for us. I think that it would be I think that I would initially say like no, like we can't accept that. But on the flip side, I feel like it's a little rude to decline an offer like that. If someone is like bringing you a gift and I just like if someone brings you a gift and you decline the gift, it's kind of rude to do something like that.
It's not.
I think that if they understand the financial implications, they know how much money it costs, but they don't care. Like, they know we can't pay for it. They just want us to come along with them and share the experience. Part of me feels like it's rude to say no. I don't like the idea of degrading the friendship to a monetary perspective, but I also don't like the idea of someone paying thousands of dollars for me. So, I would love your perspective. I know you guys are well off. How would you feel if somebody said no if you offered them a vacation?
I'm just not offering anyone like this a vacation. There's no world where I would. But you're right. There's like again, if it's not my best friends in the world, where there's not like I fucking have money, so I get the people that knew me when I had nothing. I feel no problem giving them very generous gifts. But new people in my life, I don't do that. I just feel like it is weird because there is a weird like money because I don't want to feel, you don't want them to feel like they're your little plaything for the fucking week.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like you're almost like you're like an emotional but like sex worker. It's like a friendship prostitute. You know what I mean?
There's also part of it where they don't look at money at all the way these two people look at money.
That's very possible.
Yes.
And it's a lot about experience, and it's all about it has nothing to do with the cash or the money. It's just like time spent with people they want to be around.
And I agree with you, but I think you can't take that chance because I think most people with this level of wealth aren't like that. You know what I mean? Like.
It depends. It depends who they are, and also, first of all, it's not rude to decline. You
It's
can just
definitely
be honest,
not
be like,
rude.
I don't feel comfortable with this,
And it's fun. I think
we can't contribute.
I think it's crazier to accept personally. I think if I didn't have the money and somebody asked me this, I think I would just. I agree with his girlfriend where it's like, and what you said earlier. Nothing's free. Like nothing's really free.
You're going to have to do what they want to do. You're going to have to and
that might be fine.
How much do you know about these people? Are they swingers?
Yeah, no, I'm there for real.
There's real chance to that.
The implication.
There's
the
other
dentist.
things that I would have checked before I absolutely took that trip. But they don't. If they're offering that, it's either they don't look at money the same way you do, or there's something else that they're about to pull on.
It's like to them, it's like there is the possibility that to them it's just like buying a burger.
It's not a big deal. Yeah.
That it's like who cares?
Yeah.
But the
But
problem,
even then,
they don't. The person taking you on the trip doesn't. So I've been in this situation a lot of times. By the way,
G's been in this.
Oh, interesting.
I have. So the thing I find interesting is that the person being generous doesn't realize what might happen once they're not in a good mood or the way that their mind might change. They don't realize that. So you're putting yourself in a position where it might become uncomfortable for you when they're in a bad mood. And like now you suddenly it's a little different. So like it's okay to initially push back. And a person who like understands that the dynamic is weird, there is the type of person who gets it and can put all of your fears to the side, and then there's a world where you could theoretically take the chance and you bring them a nice gift, you pay for dinner one of the nights, and in theory that can be fine, but it has to be the right person.
You really got to thread the needle on that.
But I'm even telling you, like buying the dinner can be a problem in those situations where they don't want you to spend the thing.
Or that agreed, or contributing the dinner is still way more money than you can contribute.
Yeah.
Which
sometimes.
then you're like, I went on this great vacation, they paid for me, I felt like a loser, and I spent more money than I could.
Yeah.
And you lose in every category.
Well, it's like the talented Mr. Ripley. You know what I mean? Have you seen that movie where it's like,
yes,
where it's like, he's like, sometimes rich friends are awesome until they're in a bad mood,
right?
Or they just use you they see you as a plaything or something like that. And I do think there's definitely people with that kind of wealth that are nice, but I think more than often than not, they're fucking weird sociopaths. Like I just think like statistically speaking, if you're like and again, I'm just saying I would never do it.
I had one where the guy invited me to go somewhere and he wouldn't invite my wife.
I mean, that's crazy.
And that's where I
he
was
was trying to rape you. He was
dude,
not inviting your wife's insane.
And I asked.
And that's what I'm talking about, dude. That's like, I'm just saying the more money people get, the fucking weirder they get, man. There's and selfish in ways they don't even realize. You know what I mean? If you're somebody who's had every need tended to them your whole life, you just don't. You're right. They don't even know that they're being weird.
Oh, but no can turn these people off completely.
Totally.
The rich people can never talk to them again.
But you know what? But if that's the case, you've dodged a huge bullet.
Yeah. Yes. And they're not going to. Like I would say I don't think so. It would be obviously totally, but like the more likely situation is just be honest and don't be like a loser about it. Don't be like a moper. Be like, look, we don't feel comfortable accepting this trip, and like we're still students or whatever he said. Like, and we're just like not in a place to go on a trip like that, as you know, and it's really generous of you to offer, but I don't think we feel comfortable accepting. Yeah. At that point, the guy might counter and say something that makes you feel comfortable.
And here's the other thing. Like, let's say I was in a situation like this for whatever. Let's say I found somebody new that I wanted to take on vacation platonically, right? And they were like, I'm not, the expensive thing is too crazy. What if you counter and you're like, well, how about I get a fucking house on the lake? It's like you drive up. Don't worry about, I'll pay for the Airbnb, right. Bring some hot dog. Like, if it's really about hanging out, you can have a great time. And, like, we'll do something cheap where it's like, instead of it being a $10,000 gift, it's like, it's an $800 gift. And I'm going to by the way, I'm going to the fucking lake house anyway. You show up, you don't show up, no bring some fucking, we'll grill or something like that. Maybe there is a middle ground there where it's like, if you really just want to spend time with each other, they would be willing to find something that's like kind of acceptable.
Right,
for you,
right.
You know?
But with G here, I think it like this isn't a very rare thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
it's really not as rare as you think it is.
Interesting.
And there's a like movies about this. There's this movie with Brigitte Bardot from the '60s where like Brigitte Bardot and her, I think it's called Contempt. I don't remember specifically, but like
that's what I'm saying.
They invite the couple on vacation, and basically by the end of it, the dude hosting them ends up like banging the dude's wife.
Yeah, of course. But that's what I'm talking about. Exactly. This is not good. Even if it's not rare, it's fucked up. That's my contention. You know what I mean? Like, it's out there because rich people, super rich people, are fucking freaks. That's why it's not rare, and they want to do fucking weird shit sometimes. Yeah. And that's why I think, like, I guess I haven't really experienced it, but I wouldn't. It's the funny thing to get rich after being poor your whole life. I don't have rich brain, but I just have money. And to me, I'm like, this is fucking crazy. I would never fucking do this.
Their heads are in the right place.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that you have that instinct to begin with makes me think you could take this trip and get away with it.
His girlfriend's head is in the right place. He's like,
I
come on, it's rude.
Yeah.
This guy's like, I'm trying to go to the Bahamas,
exactly.
you fucking bitch. If you're going to suck his dick once, who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? 10 minutes, do it. And then we're on the beach.
Yeah.
Some pina coladas.
You could probably get away with going on this trip and having it not be a big deal, but like, don't make a habit of it. Because eventually the weird power balance is going to emerge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on, it's not rude. You're doing mental gymnastics because you want to go on the trip. Your girlfriend is the only one with her head straight, or with her head on straight. Yeah. And she probably also knows that if somebody's, nothing's free, and if somebody's got to pay the piper, I think she knows who it is between the two of you.
It would be funny if they blow him, baby.
It would be funny if they get there and they just want to peg him, and he's like, "Fuck, I thought I was gonna fucking slut out my wife, but now I'm getting slutted out."
What the fuck?
He was like, "Well,
this sucks."
Slut out my wife is nuts.